Steeds of Castlefin on Friday, the 7th of October. Music by Chrissy Mack. Spot prizes on the night and refreshments. A date for your diary. Friday, the 7th of October. This announcement is sponsored by Charlene Patton, Auctioneers Stranraer, 074 91 30153. Stern Springs, 31 Carrigal Road, Strabane. Pure, natural spring water delivered to your door. Stern Springs, stop hard and small water.
It's Mikey Duffy over there. He does this show every Wednesday, and he's very kindly invited me on. This is Finn Valley FM, so I'm just going to stay on for a little bit, but then turn this off and you can tune in and catch the show live, finnvalleyfm.com. That's double N, Finn valley.fm.com. Please do join us. I'm just about to go in there in a minute. So
yeah, as always, a big thanks there to the sponsors for Finn Valley FM, and that's what you're listening to now, and you're listening to the Mikey Duffy Show. It's now 9:15. 07491435500 is the number to call. You can text 0863257900. And don't forget 00353 if you're calling or texting from the north, and that email is studio@finnvalleyfm.com. Any questions you might have there actually for our next guest that I'm going to have on, our first guest I might add, my actual first guest since lockdown, so there you go. Maybe that's a sign that we might be getting a few more back in, but listen, I'm only too pleased to invite Rob Ellen here, and as I said, I was out with Rob Ellen on his Moose Wagon where he had interviewed me on the IMTV International Moose TV. How's things with you, Rob?
it's been great. I'm having fun. Thank you.
So it's great to have you in here. I'll tell you what we're going to do. I would like you to just tell me a wee bit about yourself, Rob.
All right.
And what's been going on here,
Well,
and what's bringing you here to Ireland.
Okay, well, I'm a presenter, publicist, radio presenter as well for some 20 years, publicist and promoter from the Highlands of Scotland. But in the last 7 years, I have been on the road doing stuff like this every night, except for during lockdown, which I ended up isolating back in the Highlands of Scotland, because it's pretty isolated anyway.
Right.
You know, 200 years they've been isolating for out there. So I went back for that, but this is me out and about again after these 2 years, doing what we can to support community radio, of course, but community festivals, community venues, and independent musicians. And I do what we did earlier on. I'll pull the van up in somebody's drive and get them out of the house, and we'll get a session. And just do what we can and then move around. And what normally happens, and you're starting to do this as well, is that we'll do a session somewhere and they'll go, oh, well, you should talk to so-and-so, and I've got a heap of CDs from you as well.
Yeah, so it's a great way to distribute these people and their music and get the word out.
And I've been doing it for, well, you know, on and off anyway, since 2014, a trip down to Greece, which is what give me the bug for it. Mm-hmm. But for the last 7 years, and we've got a van here, it's called the Medicine Show Radio Moose Mobile, and we have one stateside as well, and I've been around 25 states in America.
Brilliant. And, you know, your last point of call was in Scotland, but you came to Ireland from there, is it? Yeah,
I came straight from there. And the odd thing is, and we talked about this earlier on, I did an interview in Paisley, and then the next Scottish person I meet is from Paisley as well, and it's you.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, and you know the person that I did an interview for as well.
Dave Patterson.
Yeah,
Dave
legendary
Patterson,
vocalist.
The legendary Dave Patterson, I might add. And I mean, it's so strange, like, you know, as I said, we kind of had a bit of small talk between ourselves, and you were, obviously, we picked up the Scottish accents.
Yeah.
I was asking where you're from, and then you're asking, and I'm saying, well, I'm from Paisley, and you were
Yeah,
saying, well, funny enough, I've just came from
I
there.
brought you his album. I knew that was coming, and I've also just sent a copy of it to Paisley FM.
Yeah.
As well,
Brilliant.
and he's got a homecoming gig coming up.
Yeah,
because he's back home now.
You're saying, has he got a Paisley connection, or is he a Glasgow? I'm just.
He lives in Paisley now, but I mean, I think a lot of the work that he did around Glasgow,
right.
The last gig that he did before he went is in the same venue as he's doing his homecoming gig, and that's 42 years later.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, he is a legend. I mean, he spent some time in America as well, obviously.
Well, he spent those 42 years in San Francisco with bands like Gamma, Johnny Montrose. He was the voice of Robin Trower.
All right, okay.
For 7 years and 6 albums. He's been all around the world doing stadium shows with them. He was on the same management company as Santana, so they were skipping around opening up for Santana, and had gold records and everything with Gamma.
He's an amazing character. Listen, but he's a wee bit like yourself, Rob, in terms of travelling. I mean, you were over in the States for a good while yourself, and I think when I was playing that little homage there to Loretta Lynn, you were over that part of her country.
Well, you know, I'm just saddened by it. I mean, everybody is. I mean, the whole country music, and Americana as well. Yeah. Because of the stuff that she was doing later on. Some of that stuff that she did with Jack White and the likes was as cutting edge as anything that's come out in Nashville in the last 10 years.
For cutting through, but I think we've seen that with the kind of older artists, or, you know, likes of Loretta and Wally and even Johnny Cash, you know, before we lost him, how they were taking on young people's music and how they were adapting. And, you know, I think that was just a show of their, you know, professionalism really, and how they
just
music
marvelous musicians. So I was on a trip from Nashville to Austin, Texas.
Okay.
Never got to meet Loretta, but we seen a sign at a road end saying Hurricane Mills, the home of Loretta Lynn. So the people who were travelling with it was like, can we go in? I said, yeah, it's open to the public. It was a dude ranch. We drove right in. Our house was there, and folks were saying, "Oh, she's over, you know, in the museum. There's a museum there." She had rebuilt the shack that she grew up in. It was nothing more than a shack. She had rebuilt it on the grounds. It was a plantation house, you know, like Southern style plantation house, dude ranch. You could go there and learn how to be a cowboy for the weekend. And she kept her own horses and rode her own horses. The folks there said, "Oh, you just missed her. She was over. She's way back over now." So I bought a T-shirt, and her music was playing on loudspeakers all over. She left her tour bus open. You could open the door, go in. There's stuff lying around in that. Her bed was made and
trustworthy.
It was. It was just magnificent.
Yeah, no, it's such a sad loss.
Yeah, really, that would be the saddest of places, because she was so.
Today,
I mean,
you were
so
showing
well.
Me the video, you know, I'm saying that's probably full today of people, you know, paying their respects.
Yeah, it will be.
And listen, tell me, you know, how long were you in the States yourself?
I've done 3 tours now, 25 states of the Union, 4 Canadian provinces in this vehicle that was crowdfunded. For us, by the folks that follow the Medicine Show. And you can follow the Medicine Show at medicineshowontheroad.me.
Okay.
And, you know, for instance, if anybody wants to put Rob Ellen, Loretta Lynn in the search window on Facebook, it will come up with all these faces.
You actually posted the video of your experience.
And as well as Mikey. As well as
Mikey Duffy.
Mikey Duffy
as well. So, the video.
Yeah. So that's up there now.
I enjoyed my time with you in the Moose Wagon.
I love your stuff.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, it's very Texas. We're talking about.
Yeah, well, we're kind of talking about that, and then I was kind of
storytelling stuff and soulful.
But I think there's a lot. I mean, you were talking with. I first came across you when you were playing with Maria.
Yeah.
Maria McCormick as well, another
Yeah.
great songwriter there that we have local.
She gave me a whole bag of biscuits today.
She
You know.
gave you a big bag of it. I was
She
helping
did.
you with them fig rolls.
We've got the fig rolls on the go, Maria, if you're listening.
That's Maria for you. She's always sharing, and she pointed you this way as well. And I'm glad she did because it was great. The stories that we were going through.
So that's the way it works. Like you've got 2 or 3 people that I'm going to go and find out about, and I'm going to go and visit an old friend of mine, Annie Keating. Are you aware of Annie's music?
Annie Keating. No,
Yeah.
I will look up.
She is from New York.
Okay.
And she's playing in. I'm going to look up where she's playing. I think it's the same art centre as you're playing, actually.
Oh, Ballard?
Yeah.
The Ballard's Theatre here in Ballabafay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
When do you
on
know
Saturday night.
And this Saturday
Yeah,
night?
do you want to go?
I'm going to Scotland this week.
Oh, you're
so I'll
away.
miss that. Yeah, but the Ballard
so
Theatre,
so I'm going to go do a session with her. She's got a full band.
Brilliant.
And she's on tour all the way through. And I got to meet a lot of musicians who do in the radio, like yourself. And if they came into the radio, I'd make sure that they would have a gig in the evening after the radio show. So that got me all the way around America.
That's amazing.
Because you know how the Americans are. They say, oh, well, if you're ever passing through, come and stay.
And you took them up
And
on
I
it.
took them up on it,
Quite
time
right
and
you
time
were.
again.
Quite right you were.
Yeah.
And, how long are you going to be staying here in beautiful Donegal?
Well, I've got
before
sat until Saturday anyway.
Till Saturday, because you're going to stay for that gig?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I might just drift over to the West Coast. I've been to Ireland a few times, but I've always gone the East Coast.
Right.
Maybe down as far as West Cork.
Okay.
And then maybe back again, because you always got to go to Dublin 2 or 3 times, haven't you, if you've got gigs to do. I've never been down that wild West Coast.
Right.
And
That's up by,
feels...
You're looking up by Kerry, Killarney, that kind of direction.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful direction. And listen, a lot of talent, that route as well. And, a
so,
lot of music people.
if we're stuck for anything to do, there's always a session, and there's always an open mic, so...
Oh, definitely.
That's what we're gonna do.
People should be looking out for you themselves as well with the music. I mean, you're available on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
So people can look up, and you're probably doing daily updates where you are today and where you're travelling and how people can reach out to you. You come in and have a chat with you.
The way that I say it is, if they want some local publicity worldwide, I'll just go and do it.
Yeah,
I'll go and help them out. Yeah.
Do you know where are we at now? We're going on to nearly be coming up for another sponsor break, and before we do that, we'll take a bit of music, but we'll take something from a CD that you'd give me, and why not David Patterson, a fellow Scot.
Lovely.
And from the blues band, but as you just said, you interviewed them there in Paisley recently, and we'll go with the album that you gave me, Mississippi Nights.
Yeah.
And we'll go with the title track of that, Mississippi Nights. That's all right with you?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Good stuff. This is Dave Patterson, Blues Band, Mississippi Nights.
Is it dead air? Is it going?
Aye.
Oh, no, you're not.
I'll get it here.
Okay. That's us, guys. I'm going to close this down. That's the... it's Mickey, is it? Rather than Mikey.
Mickey, aye. M-I-C-K-U-Y.
Oh, I've been putting K. That means I've been tagging somebody.
No, you never tagged anybody, I don't think. So it was coming through as Mikey, but it wasn't coming up in a tag. But if you put M-I-C-K-E-Y,
I'm
Duffy,
sorry about that. I'll do that.
And
make
then
sure
I've got
that's
my music
right.
page as well, Mikey Duffy.
That's why
On
I'm
Facebook
not
as
finding
well,
your
I have a
music
music
page.
page
All right,
as well.
I'll do that. Okay, that's us. We're out of here. You've got to retune to come and have a listen to David Patterson's fabulous voice.
ValleyFM.com.
Yeah.